functions. If we have fx is equal to 2x plus 3, starting from very basic, if I say I need value of f2, so what I do is I substitute 2 in x. So f2 becomes what? 7. If I say that I need value of f3, so 2, 3 plus 3 becomes f3 is equal to what? 9. Similar state way that if the question clearly says that fx is equal to ax plus b and f2 is equal to 7 and f3 is equal to 9, find value of a and b. So now in this position, if you see that you already know that fx is equal to ax plus b, but you have been given two equations, 1 and 2. And whenever there are two missing variables and you need to find two missing variables, you will always be doing what? Simultaneous equations, solving the equations simultaneously. So can I particularly say that f2 is equal to 2a plus b? So f2, we can write down 7 in place of what? f2. So f2 is equal to 7. So 7 is equal to 2a plus b. This becomes your first equation. Similarly, we have fx is equal to ax plus b. But we also know that f3 is equal to 9. So if we just write down f3, so that means 3a plus b can be written down. The value of f3 is equal to what? 9 is equal to 3a plus b. So this becomes your second equation. Now, do you have two equations? When we have two equations, we can write down those two equations to solve them. Fx is equal to ax plus b was the normal original form. We got to know 7 is equal to 2a plus b. We got to know 9 is equal to 3a plus b. These are the two equations that are there formed through what? The two particular values. f2 is equal to 7 and f3 is equal to 9. Can we just solve them using what? Simultaneous equation and substituting values. Particularly, I've always said make the first variable as a subject. So let's just do this. 7 minus b upon 2 is equal to what? A. Putting down in the second equation 3, a 7 minus b upon 2 plus b. So this is going to be 9 is equal to 21 minus 3b plus 2b upon 2. Do you agree to this? 9 goes there, becomes what? Multiplied. So 9 to the is 18 minus 21 is equal to minus b. Minus 3 is equal to minus b. B is cancel, minus cancel. B becomes what? 3. Similarly, if I say that the first equation that I made subject was 7 minus b upon 2, let's just put 3 in it. So a is equal to 7 minus 3 upon 2. A is equal to 4 upon 2, which is a will become what? 2. So initially, you got to know that, okay, if fx is equal to what? Fx is equal to ax plus b. I can write this thing down. Fx is equal to 2x plus 3. It's just that reversal process of what we did. We initially found out value of f2 and f3. But we saw that obviously we need to understand that when the question clearly says that we need to have a and b value to be shown, then the reversal process will continue. And when the reversal process of the same thing continues, we apply simultaneous equation. Okay, here's this question that we actually did. So fx is equal to what? Ax plus b. f2 is equal to 2a plus b, but f2 value is 1. Do you agree? Similarly, fx is equal to ax plus b. f5 is equal to 5a plus b. Value of f5 is 7. So what we can do is a is equal to 1 minus b upon 2. 7 is equal to 5. 1 minus b upon 2 plus b. Do you agree? 7 is equal to 5 minus 5b upon 2. Let's take LCM together. So this is 2b. 14 minus 5 is equal to minus 3b. This will be 9 minus 3b. b becomes what? Minus 3. So if we just put down this 1 minus 3 upon 2. So a value is 1 plus 3 upon 2. A is equal to 4 upon 2. A becomes 2. Do you agree? So the two values are fx is equal to ax plus b. Fx is equal to 2x minus 3. So this will be the following question for part 1. When find the value of a and b. Then we have is composite functions. Now, considering what are composite function for fx is equal to 2x plus 3, and we know that gx is equal to 4x plus 5. And we have been told write down fgx. We have been told write down fgx. So what does this mean? This clearly means that gx is substituted in the value of x for fx given that fx is there. So that means gx is substituted in x of fx in short. So if we write fx is equal to 2x plus 3 and we write fgx, that means this gx is substituted in x, but here we're going to write down what gx equation that is given. So that is 4x plus 5 plus 3. So that means fgx becomes 8x plus 10 plus 3. fgx becomes what? 8x plus 13. So this becomes what equation for fgx. So what we need to do is we need to substitute gx in the function of x. Similarly, this would be very different if the question would have been g fx. Now, what does this mean? This means fx is substituted in the function of gx. In the above one, gx was substituted in the function of f. In this, fx is substituted in the function of gx. So let's just write gx first, which was 4x plus 3. And now since I need to substitute fx, so 4, 2x plus 3 plus 5. Can I say gfx is equal to 8x plus 12 plus 5. Do you agree to this? 8x plus what? 17. So this is gf of x. So that means sometimes you will be given equations where you need to create composite functions, just like this is given in the question. F of fx is equal to what? 0. Now what does this mean? This clearly identifies that fx is substituted in the function of fx again. Now knowing that fx was 2x minus 3. Fx was 2x minus 3 in this question in part 1, right? We did find out that fx was 2x minus 3. So if we just want to substitute this, let's just solve it here. We know that knowing the fact that f of fx is equal to 0 and knowing this that fx is equal to 2x minus 3, we need f of fx, which means 2. In this x, what we'll do is we'll substitute fx again. Composite function of fx in the fx. So considering this, f of fx will become what? 4x minus 6 minus 3. F of fx will become 4x minus 9. And we knew that in the question it was given f of fx is equal to what? So substitute 0, 4x minus 9. Minus 9 goes on the other side, becomes what? Positive, divided by 4 is equal to x. So the answer for this is x is equal to 2.25. Now this question is of composite function, June 2016, paper 1, question number 1. Question 39 from the book. The question clearly says f of fx is equal to gf of 2. So can we say that fx is 10 minus 3x? So f of fx is equal to 10 minus 3, 10 minus 3x. What did we do? We substituted fx in the function of fx again. So that means f of fx becomes what? 10 minus 30 plus 9x. 10 minus 30 plus 9x. F of fx becomes 10 is given. So that means 9x minus 20. So that means f of fx is 9x minus 20. Now considering this thing that this is just the left side of the equation. Now g of fx, what does this mean? This means that gx is substituted. Gx is 10 upon 3 minus 2x. So g is substituted with fx. So if I write down g fx, so this should be 10 upon 3 minus 2, and this will be substituting fx in place of x, so that means 10 minus 3x. So gfx will be given as 10 upon 3 minus 20 plus 6x. G of fx becomes 10 6x minus 17. Now, this particular equation is for g of fx. But if you see, we need g of fx 2. That means now 2 is basically inside this g fx function. So 10, 6, 2 minus 17, which means 10, 12 minus 17. Do you agree? So this should be minus 10 upon 5. So that means g of fx f2 is minus 2. Now, we have both the equations. G f f2 is equal to minus 2. And we also have f of fx is equal to 9x minus 20. So what can we do? We can write down f of fx is equal to g f2. F of fx is 9x minus 20, and this is minus 2. So that means 9x minus 2 plus 20. 9x is equal to 18. X is equal to 18 upon 9. X becomes 2. So now your equation becomes what? X is equal to what? 2. So considering this, that this question was of June 2016, paper 1-2, question number 1. For the particular question of f of fx and g of fx, we will be solving two equations and putting down those two equations in one equation to solve it. Okay, the inverse of functions. Now, inverse of function is described in the other video, number 1, but I'll be doing it in the form of basics of inverse of functions, so that the detailed video will be given to you. It will be sent to you through the links. Now, inverse of functions. Inverse of function is only taken out when you have one-to-one function. One-to-one function. That means, A linear equation has one-to-one function. For one value of x, you'll have one value of y. For non-linear equation, if I say that there is a curve, this does not have one-to-one function. So if I see this, clearly means that if this is x, x, so for one value of y, you have two values of x. So this is one-to-many functions. Considering the fact that for one-to-many function, even for the curve, there is a point that shows inverse from the point. This is your turning point. For turning point greater than this, there would be only this line. And for less than the turning point, there would be only this line. So particularly for only one line, there is only one-to-one point. So that means in the curve, your turning point has what? Defined to show one-to-one function. But after the turning point or before the turning point? First of all. But as I said that the detailed video about this is already made. I'll be sending it to you guys. The other thing is, what are the steps of inverse? There are three steps. Change fx to make x the subject. Number three, change x to f inverse x, or if the question is of gx, then g inverse of x, and y to x. This third step is done in the same step together. So that means if I say that we have fx is equal to 2x plus 3, your first step fx will be y, 2x plus 3. Your second step will be to make x the, so y minus 3 upon 2 is equal to what? And your third step is equal to x minus 3 upon, so this becomes your f inverse of x. Now why is this important? Because normally in almost 60 to 70% of the question in the function, the examiner tests f inverse concept of expression, f inverse concept of equations as well. Okay, the question from November 2015, paper 1, question number 5. If you see, this is your inverse, which is equated with composite function. So fx is equal to 3x plus 2. This will be y is equal to 3x plus 2. Y minus 2 upon 3 is equal to what? X. So this should be f inverse of x is equal to x minus 2 upon 3. So now this becomes f inverse of x. For gx is given 4x minus 12. G of fx means, substitute fx in the function of gx. 4, 3x plus 2 minus 12. G of fx is equal to 12x plus 8 minus 12. G of fx becomes 12x minus 4. Now, this is function for g of fx. And the question says equate these two. So this would be x minus 2 upon 3, 12x minus 4. So x minus 2 is equal to 36x minus 12, which means x minus 36x minus 12 plus 2, 35x minus 10, minus cancel, x is equal to 10 upon 35, x becomes 2 upon. So this is your answer for November 2015, paper 1, question number 1, using what? Inverse and composite functions.